Okay, so we're gonna show you a quick example of how you can avoid heroic intervention, and this can be applied in a few ways, or rather a few specific ways. Uh, so let's look at the example I've set up here. We got a unit of 10 pure strain gene stealers, and these are what we want to charge. What we do not want is the patriarch, because we do not believe we can kill him with 5 knobs, and uh, yeah, and he would just take some gene stealers as casualties in order to survive. Gene stealer tricks. Oh, we don't want to charge here and then have this guy heroically intervene into us. That would be terrible. And so what we can do. Let's see if we can. Okay, seems like I cannot put an aura on them, but that's okay. So what you do is you're gonna use a pile-in trick. So when you pile in 3 inches, you have to end up closer to the closest enemy model. That's the only rule you have for that. So you can do some sneaky shenanigans. This would be a bit more difficult if he was over here, because what we want to do is we want to charge both of these units, but we want to end up with one model. We want to be within engagement range of this guy, but we want to be closer to this guy. Let's actually change this a little just to make the example easier to see. And what we're going to do is we're going to pile in away from this guy. So let's pretend we make a charge roll, and oh, we have a 6, and that should definitely be enough. Yep. So we're going to move our 6 inches here. Just can see, so I set this up properly. So we should be 0.7 away here, 0.6, 0.7, and 0.5. Perfect. And then we're gonna move 6 inches, sort of like this. Now this was a bad charge roll, but it works perfectly for this example. And there we go, and the last guy here. Right, so we're all within coherency, and now it's our time to activate. And what we really want to do is start with this unit, because we start with another unit, they may spend 2 CP to interrupt, and that means they can go with Patriarch in this case and start to bash us up. This is not what we want. We want to start fight with this guy in order to remove this, because he cannot do heroic intervention now, because he's within engagement range. So that is taken off the table for him. He cannot do that. And then it's our fight phase. We activate these guys. Now we are, as we said, 0.5 away here, and we should be like 0.6 or 7 here. Yep. So we are closer to this model, which means as long as this guy ends up closer to this guy, we're a-okay. So let's do like this here. Because now, as you can see, we are 0.4 away. So this is closer than the 0.5, which means the pile-in move is legal. And if we look here, oh, we're outside of 1 inch, which means let's just get these guys in as well. And what this means is that the Patriarch is no longer within engagement range of us. So he cannot activate this model at all during the entire fight phase. So what this accomplished that we made our charge on pure strain gene stealers, and we were able to remove the character's heroic intervention. So once again, what we want to do is end up sort of like this. We're 0.3 away, 0.5 away, so we're closer to this model. We can end up here. So now we're closer, even closer to this model, and we're out of sight of engagement range. Very neat trick that a lot of people are not using at the moment. It's usable sometimes. So let's say if we have him over here instead. So what we would do here is we'd take a look at this model and this model. This guy is way too close to the Patriarchs. We can't really abuse that. What we can do is we can get sort of like this. we're within 1 inch, so engagement range 0.4. Then all of these guys could probably go over this way. Now for the pile-in, you are closer to this model, 0.4, 0.9 within engagement range, so no heroic intervention for this guy. We just scooch over here. Now we are closer and outside of engagement range. A very neat trick that I do recommend practicing a bit before taking into games. Once you see the opportunities, it can really change some games.